The Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability launch event, 10/11/2012, San Francisco State University.
My name is Eugene Chelberg, and I am San Francisco State's Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. I'm proud to be the MC for today's event. On behalf of Catherine J. Cudlick, Emily Smith-Beggs, I am pleased to welcome you to the official inauguration of the Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability.
Woo!
Thank you all for joining us here for this special event today. I'd like to especially recognize President Les Wong, Provost and Vice President Sue Rosser, Dean of the College of Creative and Liberal Arts, sorry. Did I have it wrong? I probably did. Paul Sherwin. And it's for their amazing support of the Institute and for helping to keep Paul's legacy alive. I also want to recognize Citizen Corrigan, who I think is in the room, for his passion and commitment to continuing Paul's work. So it's especially fitting that we're inaugurating the Institute this week. If you notice, we chose the date 10/11/12 for people who couldn't count. We wanted to help you. But it also happens to be California Disability History Week, which is a fairly new initiative in the state of California, where we're really trying to get the history of people with disabilities into the public school systems. And so that is a nice coincidence that it's this week, intentional. It also happens to be National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So it's appropriate for SF State to renew our commitment to creating barrier-free learning, working, and living environments that are inclusive of disability as an integral facet of our human diversity. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Phyllis Wong, the First Lady of San Francisco State. Phyllis and her husband, SF State President Wong, just joined our university family on August 1st, 2012. And let me tell you, the campus is all abuzz about their passion for students and student learning. President and Mrs. Wong have demonstrated in their brief tenure here just extraordinary energy, and people are very excited about the future. So please welcome Phyllis Wong.
Thank you, Gene, very much. What an exciting day for our campus, and congratulations to Dr. Cudlick, Dean Sherwin, Provost Rosser, Ellen Brown, and Paul's family, along with everyone who has helped realize today's official launch of the Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability. While we launched the Institute anew today, we are continuing to advance an important university legacy. I am pleased to see the tremendous enthusiasm that accompanies this launch. As I get to know the campus, I am eager to learn what motivates the good work that we are doing, and the energy surrounding this institute speaks volumes to me. Unfortunately, I did not have the pleasure of knowing Paul Longmore personally, but I have been told that his work is interwoven into the fabric of San Francisco State. That certainly appears to be the case, and I think the energy that we are feeling today flows from the recognition that his work lives on. One of the aspirations of the Institute is to produce innovative thinking. And I would like to comment briefly on the importance of the Longmore Institute in this area. Innovation is an increasingly popular topic these days, not just in academic circles, but in industry and government as well. Perhaps too often, innovation is understood to be serendipitous or even magical. But as I come to understand the history of the disability rights movement and the work of Paul Longmore, I think there is wisdom in his methods that might be a lesson in and of itself. One of the notable features of Paul's work was the role that historical scholarship played in revealing how cultural and societal institutions evolved. Those insights were then the stepping stone to imagining new alternatives and strategies to get there. Paul used historical analysis to reveal the way that societal expectations institutionalize and normalize prejudice. And he taught us that when we are armed with that understanding, we were then in a position to think differently, to innovate. In many of the meetings that Les and I have had with campus groups over these past few weeks, Les has taken the opportunity to encourage our students to, quote, own their own mind, end quote. If we are to fulfill our mission and deliver the kind of student experience that fosters community engagement, social justice, and civic responsibility, we must provide students with the skills to think for themselves. One of the great contributions of the Longmore Institute is its awareness that understanding one's history is a crucial component in owning one's mind. I am looking forward to learning more about the Institute's plans and directions from Dr. Cudlip, and to get inspired by today's panelists. I met with them briefly earlier this afternoon, and I can assure you we are in for a treat. As the next chapter of disability studies begins at San Francisco State, let me say how excited Les and I are about the Longmore Institute, and we extend our best wishes for continued success. Thank you.